Right, we've got ourselves in a little bit of a situation here. That was absolutely fantastic. Going uphill though, I mean, she struggled a couple of. But about me. Hang on. That road was the craziest road I've ever been on in my life. That was fantastic. I mean, the views was just spectacular. And the van, I mean, God, she got up there like, but you could smell the transmission. It was like, yeah, she did all right though. So, but yeah, I think that was the van's limit. I think. Good girl, you can do it. Any more than that, and she'd be, yeah, in trouble. That's crazy. I've not been on a road like that before. That's the craziest road I've ever been on. That's like the views. Right, let's take it easy. Get a chance to do that, man. Definitely do it. That was awesome. Jesus, look at that. Right, there you go. Oh, good God. Jesus, look at that. What a trip this would have been. This road, oh, there's a deer, Oh, this trip, this part of it here has been absolutely incredible. Oh, I'm gonna get too close to that. That road was the craziest road I've ever been on in my life. I'm going to find a little park up somewhere, grab some food, grab some beers, chill. What am I thinking? I've just completed the NC 500. That deserves one of these. Celebration in the Viking Horn of Plenty. Yeah, so it's a milestone here in my life anyway. So I've just achieved that. You on site. Right, there you go, look. Cheers for watching, guys. Oh, it tastes so sweet. Yes! Victory! Victory! So, by my reckoning, I'm about halfway on this trip. Halfway of doing the whole of the Britain coastline. I think I've done, yeah, going from Cromer, that's the furthest south on the Norfolk coast, all the way up down to where I'm at right now, which I ain't got a clue where I am right now. So yeah, we've done, for the big trip, I've gone around the coastline of Britain. I'm about halfway around. Right, we just pulled over in a little sort of parking lay-by type bits, lay-by for a side road. It's overlooking the loch and a little bridge, so we're away from the main traffic. Nice little sort of place here. There's a bigger spot further up that there's half a dozen campers in there. I've got a couple of cars here, but they're not going to be here all day, I thought. So I think we'll stay here tonight. There's no facilities here. There's not even a bin. What about the internet? What's it like? Yeah, internet's alright. 4G's fine, so I've got fine signal. Lovely view there. Prefer these kind of places than in the middle of town. As long as you're stocked up, you've got food, water and stuff. Beautiful. So last night went round Oban, round some of the bars to see any work going. I went to about 4, I think. Yeah, there's nothing going on. Had a few beers, and I had a few beers in a few bottles in the van, the old Champion. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Anyway, woke up this morning in bed fully clothed, so I don't remember going to bed. But yeah, so I'm a little bit of a sore head today. So we're just going to chill a little bit today. I think we're going to cook some breakfast now and then just enjoy this spot here. Nice. I'm not having you yet. Maybe in a bit. I think I've got there's one more somewhere. Right, let's get the show on the road. Let's have it. Oh, beautiful. Look at it. Nice. That's what we're having. Oh. Stuffed. Mmm. Mmm. Wicked. Well, we're making camp tonight, so we're going to have a beer. McEwen's Champion, 7.3%. That's worthy of the Viking Horn of Plenty. Let's get that going in there. Good bad boy. Reach. Sponge. It's a beauty. Ah, so is that view. Right, we've got ourselves in a little bit of a situation here. We've run out of beer. Yes, I know. We're in the middle of nowhere. Let's see what we can find. Let's pray to the van god. Right, I'm literally in the middle of nowhere, so I can't see us getting any beer in this place here now. I think it's a bit of a lost cause, don't you?
$2001.
So we've got the Highlander Amber. Right, yep. Okay, so let's look at that. Look at it, look. Hey, that's, yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? Eh? Right. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it?
It's got the bitterness in it.
Mm. Not as hoppy as that one. No. It's a workbench, but it's milder, isn't it?
It's a lot milder, yeah. It has got the kind of the bitterness right through it.
4.8.
So those are the two hops that are in it.
Right, okay. Right. Mount Hood and Silesia.
Yeah, so it gives that kind of bitterness to it. It's absolutely gorgeous.
That is beautiful. It's quite nice. But this one is, that's like a real crispy. The workbench was like a proper punchy hoppy.
Yeah.
It's an IPA, so yeah.
Yeah, that punch of hops in it. It's quite easy to drink as well. On the back of each can, it does tell you the hops.
Right.
So the hops that are involved in this one is Citra, Nelson,
Citra, American.
Summit. Yeah, our Jarl is just a single hop, and that's just Citra. It's in that as well. So if you ever want to know the hops and we can't say it, then always look in the back of the cans.
Right. Yeah.
You, and it always gives you a description of it as well.
That's a Mills and Hills Imperial Stout. Right, rum barrel aged. And what is it? 11 points?
11.5%.
11.5%.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So you get the nice dark rum flavours right throughout the whole stout. Yeah. And it's absolutely gorgeous if you're into your stouts. And we also got an export which is 6.8 here. The export's obviously a bit more kind of subtler than your Imperials, you know. So,
okay.
You still get the nice coffee notes and all that through it as well, so it's absolutely wonderful if you're really into your stouts. And then over here we've got the more kind of experimental beers as well. So this is the Origins lineup. They're more heavily based on spontaneous fermentation.
Right.
So it gives them more acidity to it, which results in more sour tasting beers. We've got Biag Jester, which is just a really nice hoppy, slightly sour kind of beer. Above that is Briac Graf, which is aged with apple pomace, which is the byproduct of cider.
Okay.
So it's got a nice cider taste right through it. Next to that we've got Storm, which is a Belgian inspired one, so it is quite a sour beer. I have got that on tap if you want to try it, I'll give you a bit. We've got an old school 90 shilling, so we've got an old school wee heavy, we call that one.
A wee heavy, like that?
Yeah,
7.2%, that'll sort you out, look at it.
Yeah, 100%. The one next to that is called a Toy Chick.
Yeah.
I know the name says that, but it's actually Toy Chick. If you ever need to know the names, it's always abbreviated on the back of the bottle with a wee bracket just there.
Right.
I don't know if it's going to... There we are.
There we go, yeah.
So, Toy Chick. Now, that's kind of a bit more salty, believe it or not.
Okay, right.
Reason being is because the brewer actually preserves the fruits, the gooseberry fruits, and he adds a bit of seaweed into this one particularly, so it's got a bit more of a salty finish on that one.
Right, okay.
And down here we've got another two which are more of a fruity kind of one. So we've got bramble fruits.
Yeah.
Again, it is a sour based. It's got your brambles like your black currants, your blackberries, raspberries, all those kind of mixed in with it. It's absolutely wonderful. Next to that is Nadder gooseberry, so it's wild Scottish gooseberries it's aged with that one.
Wow, is that like a sour then, is it?
It is a sour, it's also quite tarty because of the gooseberry. If you've ever had a gooseberry, you get that tart flavour.
Yeah.
So it's got that right throughout the whole beer as well. And then these ones here are new ones that just got released a few weeks ago, and it's basically cherry beers.
Okay.
So it's
aged sweet, is it?
Yeah, it's fairly sweet. It still has the sour to it, but it has got the sweet to combat it. So it's in a sherry barrel. It's been aged
Quite a
in.
large one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that 750? Is it 7?
I think it
750 mil?
is. Yeah, 750 mil.
750. Yeah.
The reason being is because we use Fyne's cherry juice in it. So Fyne's
Right.
cherry juice is quite expensive, so we
Yep.
have to sell it in a bigger bottle.
I got you.
The one above that is the exact same, except it's a lot more rich in the cherry. There's more
Right.
cherry juice that's been put in there. Wee bit of kind of darkest chocolate in it, and it's really acidic as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're into your kind of cherry flavours. So that's that for the origins anyway. So again, they focus more on spontaneous fermentation, the way the Romans and Vikings used to do it.
Right.
Okay, so it's natural yeast that is used in it in the air. So he starts off with fruit skins, which has yeast. Once that's done its job,
Fruit skins, yeah, natural yeast on there, like, yeah.
So he kicks off the reaction, the fermentation with that, and then once it's aged in the big wooden cask, which you'll see outside against the wall, it's outside just to the right, you'll see in a second.
Right, okay.
And basically the cask has a wooden that allows it to breathe, so the air has yeast in it as well. So the yeast goes into it and it changes the flavour again. But the point is about these beers is you can only make the flavour once in a lifetime. You can never recreate it.
Right.
Because he doesn't know which yeast culture was the one that actually changed the flavour.
Yeah,
if you get me.
I got you.
Because it's all natural. He knows the fruit skins he's used, but again the yeast cultures are always different.
Right,
by
okay, I
natural
got
yeast.
you.
So because of that,
One of
you
a
can-
kind then?
Yeah, you can only
Yeah.
make one of a kind. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I mean, it can take up to 8 years before it's actually fermented as well.
Wow.
So it is quite a more of a.
These are all the
premium.
awards here as well.
Yeah, that's only some of them. We actually have more in the loft. We physically cannot fit.
Wow.
We've got some glass trophies along the top, if you can see it as well. Some more in the fridge over there. Some behind the bar and on top of the bar, and over in the other wall as well.
Wow, that one. Loads.
Yeah. So some of them is old beers that we used to do, such as Piper's Gold. That was an old beer that we used to do years ago. We've got the classic core range, which is Jarl, Hurricane Jack. I'm pretty sure we've got Sublime Stout in there, which is the big bottle you've seen over there. We've got Ragnarok, which is
Ragnarok.
this can here. Yep.
Right, Viking one.
Yeah.
There we are, IPA.
Yeah. 6.5%.
Interesting, so I was just drinking out of a Viking horn as well.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself, to be honest.
Yeah, I've got one on the van.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, yeah.
I might be joining you. with
Yeah, there you
Viking
go.
Horn,
Yeah. Fantastic. I
Yes,
think we might have to have one of them.
Ragnarok is basically Jarl, but double strength. That's
Right.
what it is.
Citra hops as well as, yeah, super juicy.
Yeah.
Right.
So it is just Jarl, which I'll give you a wee try of, which is just a Citra hop again, but it's double strength, so it's double the strength, and it gives a really kick to the hops as well.
Right.
At the same time.
Yeah.
So you get more of a hoppiness to it, and it's
Nice.
wonderful. Honestly wonderful. Okay.
Oh, I see. I'm getting my juices flowing now. You see.
Yeah.
So let's get. You got little gift packs here as well as 500 mils
Yep.
for a tenner.
Just bring that forward there. So we just got the 3 bottles, they're all mixed and matched in there, but the
Yeah.
one you always get is Jarl in it, just
Right.
because that is the best seller. Everybody loves the Jarl.
The Jarl. Which
Yeah.
one's that one? Sorry.
Just the blue label bottle.
Oh,
in the
okay.
middle.
Oh, the Jarl. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
So that is the
Hurricane
best seller.
Jack. Right.
I've not
Okay.
met a single person that doesn't like it yet.
Right.
We also do mini casks. So basically, the mini cask is the closest you're going to get to a draft. These are still living beers in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so it just has
11
a spout.
beers, yeah.
Yep. Not living.
Sorry.
Living beer.
Living beer.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought you said right. Yeah. Living beer. Yeah.
So a living beer, it has yeast content in it.
Yeah.
The same as a normal cask on the hand pumps.
Right. Okay. Got you.
Basically, what it means, it carbonates itself. Okay, it gives a kind of creamier kind
Yeah.
of foam throughout it.
That pub sort of taste.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's the
Yeah.
closest you'll get to take home, which is
Yeah.
a living cask, okay?
Fantastic.
And as a side note, you don't need a machine. You can literally open the spout here and start pouring.
Right. Okay.
Just there. And you got a vent on top as well. I can take you a wee quick look in the smaller brewery. if
We'll
you
have a
want.
look. Like, yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Hang on. Let's just.
Just grab your... So just for reference, that's all the wooden casks I was talking about.
Ah, right. I got you.
They are actually full of beer. It's not just there for show.
They are actually full of beer, really.
Yeah, every single one.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
As well.
These are all full as well.
Yeah. If you
Right.
actually look closely, you see the dates that it was actually brewed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So 2021 was this one. So was this one. It's been sitting here ever since. Again, it's spontaneously fermented, so it could take a few years or it could take a few months. If we don't know, it tells us.
Right.
Okay. Just please bear in mind it's still an active brewery, so it might be a bit messy.
That's all right. You want to see the back of my van? Oh yeah, look at this.
So this is actually the original brewery that the whole place started in 2001.
Yeah.
Now it's the Origins Brewery, which I was talking about, the spontaneous beers. So this is what you call a 10 barrel kit. So on average you can make about 3,500 pints per brew. Okay. So what we have here, I'll just go through a quick rundown, okay? So
yep.
You have basically a big kettle here, and that just pasteurises your water, make sure there's no living cultures in it. Then we've got the mash tun just in the middle of the flow here.
This one?
Yep. That's where all your hops go to just get basically a big pot of soup to get all your flavours, aromas out, okay? And then at the very back, that's another big kettle that after it's went through the mash tun, it'll go into there, okay? At the bottom of the mash tun, there's a big grate. As you were saying about your wee kit, you've got a wee tray you can take away.
Yeah.
So it's inside that. I can't open it because he's locked it just now. But there's a big grate under there and a big hose. So basically what happens is you just open the valve, it drains the water out and leaves all the residue stuff behind.
Okay.
Okay. Up there as well is the big green box. That's where he stores all his grains. Okay.
When you say greens, what, the hops?
The grains like pale malt base, crystal crushed malt and dark malts. It just depends what he's doing. Usually it's pale malt base because that's just your backbone of the actual beer.
Yeah.
You always usually start with a pale malt. Just it gives the hoppy backbone of it.
Got you.
You know what I mean? It kickstarts the whole thing for you. So yeah, that's where it keeps all the basic pale malt. You might switch it up, just depends on what he's brewing. Okay, we've got a wee heat exchanger down there. So once it's done in the second kettle, it goes through the heat exchanger and then through to next door, which is the fermentation room. The idea is you want to cool the beer down as quickly as possible so that it doesn't give enough time for any bacteria to start growing. But also you want to keep it kind of room temperature so you can start the fermentation process, because if it goes too cold, the yeast will just not do its job.
Right, yeah.
If it's too hot, the yeast will just die.
Got you.
And you just kind of want it in the Goldilocks zone, you would call it, okay? Okay, so in the next room here, this is the fermentation room. As I was saying about the heat exchanger, it comes through this wall here, goes through this hose and goes into this tank.
Yeah.
This is the fermentation tank. So at this point you would add your yeast in here and you let it sit for about a day or so, just to keep an eye on things, make sure things are doing its job. Okay. Once that's ready, you drain it off and then you take it to the next room, which is the conditioning room. Okay. It depends on what he's going to do with his beer, because half it will go to the conditioning room to be ready to be bottled, okay, and the other half will go into these wooden casks here just behind you. And basically the idea is the wooden cask here is to let it ferment a bit more. The conditioning room, that's simply to get rid of the extra yeast and the proteins that you don't want in the beer. Okay, it just depends on what he's doing, if he wants it a living beer or not. Okay, and I'll explain a bit more of that as well. You can take a video of this if you want. So inside there, you might need to turn your light on. Do you want me to turn the light on for you?
Yeah, go on then.
So inside here, basically, it's like a skin. Can you kind of see that? It's like a powdery skin.
Oh yeah, I got that, yeah.
So that's bacteria, and basically what it does, it creates a whole barrier from the beer in the atmosphere. It just keeps any microbials that it doesn't want out of it, and it lets oxygen in so the yeast can breathe.
Okay, yeah.
There is actually no scientific reason for it doing that. The theory is what I just explained. It's just to protect itself, keep microbials, other bacteria you don't want out, allow oxygen in so the yeast can actually breathe. Okay? And just for reference, this is actually a Johnny Walker cask, and it was 1881. So this cask itself is quite old, as you can see.
That's awesome.
It just shows you, but you can keep reusing a cask almost indefinitely, as long as you look after it and clean it and repair it properly. You can pretty much indefinitely use this cask. Okay. We'll just go down here. So this is the conditioning room that I'm going to take you in. Just please be careful with yourself. I don't want anybody hurt. Yourself rather, sorry. So this is the conditioning room. This is pretty much kind of the last stage in the process. Again, it goes into one of these big tanks here. Okay. And the idea is you want to collect the excess yeast and the protein from the beer, you know, the stuff that generally makes your beer quite hazy. There's two ways of actually doing that. First is not vegan friendly, I'm afraid, and it's called Fyne Ales.
Yeah, it's with the fish, isn't it?
With the fish scales, yeah, exactly. So it's just liquidised fish scales basically, and you put it in there, collects all the yeast and the protein and settles at the bottom of the tank. Same idea as what you were saying, okay? The other way of doing it is copper zinc. Same idea, does the same thing, except it's vegan friendly obviously, but the thing is it kind of leaves a bit of a metallic taste to it,
right,
because you are using metals, copper, zinc. Hence why your like Tenants and your Stella all taste metallic. And if you see it vegan friendly, you will have a note of metallic to it, okay? And also these things, these are actually his yeast cultures that he gets from fruit skins, sorry. So it's actually just fruit, it's pretty much in that tub. And
which is like the cloudiness around, like say a grape, you get that sort of like cloudiness, don't you? Yeah.
That's pretty much
that's the yeast.
So it's just on the skin surface itself. So you just get tons and tons of it, stick it in there, add a bit of water, a bit of nutrient, you know, let the yeast culture grow. The good thing is, but he can actually empty half of the tank, use that for whatever he's going to use for, put more water, a bit more nutrients in there, and the yeast will grow back.
Right.
But you can only do that a certain number of times.
Right. Okay.
Wild yeast you can do a bit more than what you can do with cultured yeast, because wild goat thrives in harsh environments. So you can actually regrow it on average about 10 times and reuse it about 10 times before it starts impacting the flavour and the aroma and so on and so forth. Okay. And then once he's done that, he has two ways of doing things. One, he can either stick it into a small cask to take to a pub or a bar or whatever, so they can put it on a hand pump. Or two, because we ship internationally, he pasteurises them as well. So he gets rid of the living yeast completely pasteurises the beer, makes it flat and sticks it into one of those things which is called a key keg. Okay, so the idea for that is so you can ship internationally, it keeps the weight costs down, and it's also fully recyclable. Okay, so you just simply chuck it in the recycle bin once you're done. It saves a whole lot of cost, because say we're shipping one to Rome, which we do, to get the wooden cask back as well costs money, to clean it costs money, to fix it costs money, and also the shelf life is only a few months in a wooden cask. A key keg you can get up to about a year.
Wow, okay.
So you can do the math
big
on that
difference,
one.
like,
There's a big difference on that one. The bottles you see in shop as well, which you've seen in the tap room, and also the Mills Hills bottle, they're actually all bottled on site using that bottling machine just there on the table. Okay. Reason being is because simply they're too expensive to let go. We would rather do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, all the other bottles and cans you see in there, they're bottled and canned by a factory for us, because we need to build a whole other factory just to bottle and can it. That might be a future project we're looking into, but it's just still in the air just now, you know, so we'll see that probably in a couple of decades maybe. Okay. So yeah, no, that's pretty much it for the origins. The bigger brewery is more or less the same process, okay, except they used a technique called forced fermentation. Yeah. So they use cultured yeast, and the strain is over 200 years old and grew in a lab in Edinburgh for us. Okay, it's sent here, and then we do our brewing process. But the difference is that forced fermentation only takes a few weeks to actually turn into a beer, compared to spontaneous fermentation, which could take up to about 4 to 8 years. So you would rather put forced on the line as well, so we can keep pushing product out, obviously getting our name known, obviously making a bit of money to go back into the brewery to produce more and better quality beer. Okay,
it's fantastic.
If you've ever noticed, every single one of us are all passionate about the beers. The main aim of the game is we want to create a beer that we would drink, never mind everybody else. If we don't want to drink it, why would we?
That's right, of course, that's right.
Exactly, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
No, exactly. So if you got any questions, honestly, ask away.
Right, when we can get to the beer.
Yeah, let's go get to the beer then.
Fantastic, that was brilliant tour. What's your name, by the way?
My name's Adam.
Adam, Simon, pleasure.
Simon.
Thank you, Adam.
Nice to meet you, Simon.
Yeah, you too, Adam. I appreciate that. That is, I'm sure my subscribers, my viewers are going to enjoy that.
Yeah, of course.
But that was brilliant. I really do appreciate that, mate.
No,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah, fantastic.
I would like to show behind the scenes of how it's all made. You know, we're not shy about that at all.
No.
And just as a last note as well, believe it or not, we actually collect our water from that hill up there. Right down that hill, if you can kind of see.
You collect the water up there, do you?
So up at the top of that, it's like a big reservoir.
Oh, I can see like there's like a line here.
Yeah. And there's one over there too.
One sort of there. Yeah, I got you.
So basically at the top of that Monroe, there's like a big reservoir and it collects rainwater. Fortunately in Scotland it never stops bloody raining.
Yeah, I've noticed that, like, yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, we use natural water. We do not chemically treat our water at all because the pH is neutral, which needs to be for a brew.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing we do is put it through mesh filters and a UV light to obviously kill any bacteria or any living microbials, and also debris. We don't want debris or any wee insects or something going into a beer. So that's the only thing we do to the water. We always check it to make sure it is absolutely perfect on pH neutral. If in some cases it doesn't, we do have salts to combat that, to bring it up, the acidity up, or bring it down to an alkaline level. It just depends. But you're talking minuscule times it ever happens. The only time it would ever happen is maybe during the winter period when there's a lot of salts, but other than that, 9 times out of 10 we don't treat it at all.
Well, that was cracking. Thanks, Adam, for showing me around the place. I really appreciate you. That was fantastic, and I hope you guys watching enjoyed it too. That was just literally impromptu. It was like I just parked up, ran out of beer, and it was like, is there a brewery here? Are you serious? And then it was like escalated. Then it's like there's a bar there, and yeah, you can show me around the place as well. So I appreciate you, Adam. Thank you very much, mate. That was fantastic. And if the viewers, if you like that, then give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this kind of stuff, me floating around in a van around the coastline of Britain, then consider subscribing. I'm back to the van. I'm going. Oh shit! I'm off cut. I'm going back to the van, and I'm going to polish off this 3 bottle set that I've just purchased, and we'll crack off. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm going to go back to the van. I'm going to scoff this. No. Oh God, what am I saying? Right. I'm going to go. Right. I'm going back to the van. Right. I'm going back to the van. I'm going to finish off these. Right, we're going back to the van, and I'm going to polish off these 3 beers at the gift set that I just purchased. And yeah. I'll see you next time. I'll see you on the next video. All right, peace. God, that was terrible. Right, and we're heading back to the van. We're going to polish off those 3 beers I've just bought. Fantastic. Cheers, guys, for getting this far, and I'll see you in the next van. I'll see you on the next van. I'll see you on the next video. Oh God, what a mess. Later. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. That was definitely, when I'm saying impromptu, I didn't realise it was there. And massive respect and thanks to Adam. Appreciate you, mate, for showing us around. I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was a proper treat. That was. Hope the viewers, hope you've enjoyed watching that, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to subscribe, if you'd like to see more. Right. Hope you got something out of that, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this kind of content, where I'm just farting around in the back of a van, full time, around coastline of the UK, of Britain, then consider subscribing. And cheers, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace. Right, let's get this bad boy open. This way. That one. Hang on, I don't want to drop anything. Let's get that. He said, did Adam say Jarl or Jarl? It should be Jarl, shouldn't it? So, oh God, that's the Viking one. Right, let's put you there. So I don't want to lose it. Right, here we go. Yeah. Right, come on then, you bad boy, let's have it. Where is it? It's a... Hang on a minute, let's see. Right. Citra Session Blonde. Right, it's 3.8. Right, ruling over Glen Finn and beyond. Jarl is it Jarl or Jarl? I would say it's Jarl, but I think Adam said Jarl. But Jarl is a Viking, isn't it? Jarl is our flagship session ale, showcasing American Citra hops to deliver waves of balanced citrus flavors and crisp finish. Oh, come on. Shut up. Just get it down your neck. Alright, let's have it. Oh, on the nose. Woo. Oh, it's right. A bit frothy. I poured it too much, didn't I? Good God, come on, Si. Oh, alright. Oh, it's a beauty. It is nice. It is a session ale, so it's light, it's 3.8. I like blondes, pale ales, IPAs, hoppy beers. I prefer the stronger, like the 5%ers. Gives a bit more like a oomph body to it. But I've got to say, that is a nice ale. So, if you see these guys in your supermarket somewhere, give them a try. Check them out. That's a nice beer. Oh, there is a Vanguard. What's over there? I've got to try and skip down here without anyone looking. It's getting quite busy. Right.